The Champions League has been described as Real Madrid's competition. No side has won the trophy more often, and they've landed it 3 times in the last 4 years.
Indeed, the only side to have knocked them out over these past 4 seasons was Juventus, in 2015, Massimiliano Allegri's first season at the club.
In fact, when it comes to two-legged ties, Juventus are masters at knocking out their Spanish rivals, and the last time Los Blancos won in such a series was in 1987.
It's the final that Juve cannot seem to win, having lost to the Spaniards in 1998 and, of course, last season.
Yet for Tuesday night's quarter-final, it's difficult to predict a winner. Real Madrid have nothing left to challenge for this season except the Champions League.
Their poor defense and lack of firepower at the start of the season saw them lose too many league matches, while the Copa del Rey slipped away too.
Even in Europe, Zinedine Zidane's side have looked far from convincing, despite thrashing PSG.
Meanwhile, at least on paper, Juventus are having another terrific season. They reached the final of the Coppa Italia, knocked Tottenham out of the Champions League, and recently overtook Napoli to top Serie A, but, much like Real Madrid, they have been far from convincing.
You only need to look at the performances against Spurs and Milan to see that the old lady is far from her best. The team have lost a little of their unity, are far too reliant on individuals making the difference and on Allegri throwing on the right substitution at the right time to change the game.
Juventus have strength and depth, but they are not playing as a team that know how to dominate or impose themselves. At least not in the last few weeks. Despite conceding only their first Serie A goal of 2018 on Saturday, the Bianconeri defense is not that convincing.
Andrea Barzagli was left too exposed due to the lack of help afforded by the midfield against Milan, while Giorgio Chiellini is too often required to be the hero in certain games.
And, while their attack has greatly improved due to Gonzalo Higuain's complete game, Paulo Dybala's form and the depth available allowing Allegri to call upon a plethora of options, the midfield is very weak, which will expose certain players against Real.
Miralem Pjanic may not have the character or authority required, his talent disappears as soon as the pressure is on and he is pressed into acting quickly, though he won't be available for the first leg anyway. Sami Khedira can compensate for his age with his intellect against sides like Milan, who were easily thrashed by a poor Arsenal side, but won't be afforded that chance against the likes of Real. Blaise Matuidi has spirit and energy, but can he prove composed to help control play and deliver accuracy under pressure?
Without a midfield, the Juve defense is exposed, and despite the brilliance of Chiellini, Barzagli, and Gigi Buffon, they can still be unsettled by speed and intense movement. The only thing that has saved Juve on multiple occasions this season has been the inefficiency of their opponents.
Neither Spurs nor Milan knew how to make the most of their domination. Real Madrid, however, are the kings of clinical efficiency in the final third and will not err once they penetrate a weakness.
Of course, that is not to say that Juve are not still Juve.
For one thing, they have proved to have a winning mentality this season, rescuing themselves effectively when under pressure, while Allegri's tactical nous has proved enough to win the important matches.
One thing the Bianconeri have to remember is to keep pushing forward, keep showing ambition, and look to take advantage of the gaps Real tend to leave at the back. While their opponent deserve a lot of respect, it is vital Juve don't show too much, as they have done in the pre-match conferences, and end up playing as if they are intimidated. Without Pjanic and Mehdi Benatia available, Allegri is likely to retain the 4-2-3-1 formation with Rodrigo Bentancur in place of the Bosnia international.
If the defense can hold firm and deny Real Madrid an away goal, Juve will back their impressive offense to cause some issues in the return leg.